Startimes DTT on StarTime. And don't forget to stream us on all our social media platforms. All you got to do is type Western Spring Television, and we are going to be in your faces with our amazing content. And of course, I'm your regular host on Spring Delight, GBK and Jorin Ojo. Good morning, viewers.
It's a beautiful morning here. Just as GBK said, welcome to Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. My name is Olufemi Alagbe, and we are ready to give you back-to-back and make your weekend delightful.
Yes.
Welcome.
Before we go into the viewers, Femi, how are you?
I'm very well, GBK.
Good morning.
And how has been the week for you?
Just thank God, the week is not ended yet. We are still
no, this is weekend. You have to differentiate between the week and weekend.
Yeah, fair enough. But we are still on the job, aren't we?
If it's Wednesday and you say you're in the midweek, this is weekend, ending of the week.
Okay, the week
Just agree with me.
Yes, it is the weekend.
So how has been the week for you? The week is ending now.
Okay, the week was great.
Good.
Yeah, the week was great.
You're told here.
Yeah, and I'm very excited about today. It feels like one of those days when you think all things bright and beautiful, how creatures great and small.
Okay, you remember the.
Yeah, if you're in the city of Osun State, Osogbo, the weather is actually very chilly right now.
Chilly.
So you don't have no problem. All you got to do is just relax with whatever it takes. You know how to relax with. If it be your cup of coffee, it could be tea, it could be pap and akara, just keep it locked. We have all our activities outlined for you. First of all, we have our aerobic session. This is where we help you to exercise there at the comfort of your home. The best way you can take care of your body when you take in so much is for you to burn out those calories. Well, family, we do have the Today in History too.
Yes.
And of course, our celebrity birthdays. And looking forward to our two guests from different walks of life. Don't go nowhere. Now it's time for aerobics. And when we come back, we still have so much more.
It's a new year again. We want you to start your new year on a new note. It is your daily program again, Spring Delight on your daily.
Let's go. Let's go. Hello. Hello.
Oops. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oops.
Okay. Now we're bringing our knees to the elbow.
6, 8, 9, and 10. Damn.
All right, John. Okay, we take right hand to the left leg. Touch. 4, 1, All right, change. All right, up. All right, let go.
Okay, so in case you don't have the dumbbell, you can always improvise using a bottle like this. Then you add sand into it for weight, and then you work out. It's as easy as that.
welcome back from that aerobic session. I like this because it's you see IGBK. You know that this thing is something. I like the fact where you featured on this thing and you're saying that is something somebody can just put sand inside a bottle.
Yeah.
Meaning that you don't have to even go to a gym.
Definitely.
You get to exercise and stress your muscles.
Yeah.
It's things that you can do at home. And the way you were carrying that thing and dropping it and all that.
It's called a dumbbell.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's dumbbell.
That's a dumbbell.
That I hope, like, I saying that the weight of if you put sand inside a bottle water, water bottle, it's gonna have that kind of weight. The effects needed.
I mean, so the instructor said, as instead of the water, it has to be sand.
It's creating more.
So the whole idea is while watching it as a viewer, you could always improvise. Probably have your dumbbells.
So you don't have an excuse of saying that I
don't have a
or I can get to a gym to do that. So just in the comfort of your room.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful one, and I believe that subsequently you'll get to find time as well to exercise and stretch your muscles and keep fit. As you've walked all through the week, and now it's weekend, do some exercise with family and have a beautiful.
Definitely, and we hope you're keeping it locked with us. That was a beautiful aerobic session. Please get acquainted, get used to it. That's the best way to actually take care of your body. Spring Delight is still the program, and you're tuning to Western Spring Television 190 DTT. Okay, now we are going to our next segment. Hey, is it your birthday? Shout out to every celebrant that is celebrating today or in the course of the week. Whether you're all on our TV screens or not, we need to let you know that you are a superstar irrespective. Okay, so right now we're going to be going for our celebrity birthdays and today
in history.
Yes, so don't go nowhere. It is time for celebrity birthday. Okay, welcome back at the program. It's still Spring Delight. Congratulations and a happy birthday to all our celebrities that we celebrated on our TV screens. And I said it like irrespective, whether you're on our TV screens or not, you are a celebrity wherever it is that you are.
Yeah, just as I used to say, you are the real MVPs, and we highly celebrate you today and in the course of the week where you actually celebrated your birthday. And for those that we have brought across our screen, like Pastor Shimolowo, born on the 17th of March, we celebrate with you from all of us in our Western Spring Television and Spring Delight crew. We say happy birthday to you, sir.
And of course, we have Sars Osa Boy here, Osariti. I mean, let me just call him Sars. He's a musical producer and a musical artist himself. So his birthday was in the course of the week. Merry happy birthday.
Yes, and also to Tony Lumelu, that's the founder of Tony Lumelu Foundation. Happy birthday to you. He's actually born on the 22nd. And I think today is actually his birthday. And we highly celebrate you today.
Okay, here's a brand new one from the stables of Spring Delight of Western Spring Television. You get the opportunity to actually call in on our studios to wish your loved ones a happy birthday. Isn't that amazing?
Very, very amazing.
You just...
So let's shout. Let's do the shout out for you. Celebrate them. Let them know how much they mean to you. Just call us and let's help you do the shout out for them. Okay,
our numbers are boldly written on our TV screens. It is 0913 259 9000. Say it again, let them hear.
0913-259-9000. So you can call us and let's get to celebrate your loved ones. Either their birthday is today or during the course of the week.
Yeah, so definitely we need to understand. We need our viewers to understand now that we have this for you. Feel very free to call in on our studios 0913-259-9000. Let me say it again, 0913-259-9000.
And Ajibike, while we are expecting our viewers to call us in to celebrate their loved ones, Obina Nwaneri also celebrated his birthday in the course of the week. That's on the 18th of March. And we also say happy birthday. I mean, happy. I used to say something when your birthday is not that very day. I will say happy week, birth week,
happy birth week,
birth week. And if it's the month, sometimes there's this culture of people celebrating their birthday during the course of the month. They will say that February born, March born. So I'll say happy birth month to you.
Okay.
So for the week, I'll say happy birth week to Obina Nwaneri also, who was born on the 18th of March.
Okay.
We celebrate you.
Okay, let me take this time out to also say a special shout out to my baby girl. This is my second daughter's classmate, whose birthday was yesterday. Eliera baby, she turned 4 yesterday. How time flies. Children are indeed the heritage of the Lord, and it is honestly a privilege and a blessing that money cannot buy. So special shout out to you, baby girl Eliera. I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I pray to God, to everybody that is celebrating, may it not be your last birthday. Did I hear somebody say amen?
Amen to that. Amen.
Okay, so right now, while we are waiting calls to come in, I still want to say we have our guest definitely week in, week out, as we normally do. Let me take this time out again to say a special shout out to our Muslim brothers and sisters, wishing you a happy Ramadan. Today should be like the 22nd day into the Ramadan. Yeah, so well done, and I pray
You're counting well.
Sorry?
You're doing a good count.
Oh, okay, I think I should. And of course, our Christian brothers and sisters too. We are in the season of the Lenten period. So it is like the fasting period.
So all of us are fasting.
Yes, to all of us that are fasting, I want to say, may God, God
will continue to strengthen us for the remaining days ahead.
Okay, so we are going on a short break right now, and when we come back, we have our guest well seated. Don't go nowhere. Be right back. No, they're not going to take my vibe off. So Ramadan, you're enjoying
the flow on this. The combination.
I didn't even want that break. I just wanted us to just enter while we are.
Why the vibe is so enjoying.
That was a beautiful one, yeah. No doubt. Yes, so welcome back to Spring Delight. It is just the Ramadan season, and whatever it is that you're doing in this holy month, keep it holy. And I think it should not just be limited to the holy month of Ramadan. It should go way beyond the month of Ramadan.
Exactly. I think in the course of the discourse, we will get to understand that concept better, because our guest is right here. And
definitely.
Seeing him, I know that our guest is loaded and ready to dish out to explain significances of the Ramadan to us.
Seated beside us today, we have Sheikh Dr. Ibiyemi Asanusi. I don't know if I got that right. He is the Executive Secretary of Al-Qist Islamic Development Initiative. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Did I get that right? Asanusi?
Yes, you're right.
I did? Oh!
Wow, that's
very much welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
It is the month of Ramadan. Today, Ramadan is in day 22 of it. Let's first of all talk about the significance of the holy month of Ramadan. Why is it tagged the holy month of Ramadan?
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, in Islam, like we have in Gregorian calendar, we have 12 months. It started from the Muharram, and it ends in the Zulhijjah. Zulhijjah. And in between, we have the 9th month, which is specifically for that very particular exercise called Ramadan. It's not even being called Ramadan. The month is the one that is called Ramadan. But the fasting in that month gives that month that name, the fasting in the month of Ramadan. So it is a fasting that every Muslim's matured minded, many a times we have those who are matured biologically, but not mentally, but when you are mentally developed, you will know that Ramadan is so much important. And it's an exercise that you don't jettison with when it comes to the month of Ramadan.
I always said it's not everybody that is even qualified despite your age, because I was going to ask you now, is there an age to which one can fast as a Muslim?
Yes, we call it the time of bulugh. The time of bulugh means that the time that you mature. So the children are exempted from fasting.
Okay.
So although they may be doing it as a matter of practice,
okay,
to encourage them. So in those days, they may fast from the morning, depend on their age, and break at 12 o'clock. So 2 o'clock.
So to the level at which their strength can carry them.
Can carry it. So because it's Dinu Yusra. Islam is about easiness, not difficulty. You don't bring difficulty to people. So people do it voluntarily. Then the second set of people that they are exempted are the pregnant, those who are pregnant.
Okay.
They are exempted during that moment from fasting because of their fetus.
Now, coming to the aspect of this fasting, how does now this fasting in the month of Ramadan now? Because as you explained, you said Ramadan is actually the 9th month itself, but now bringing fasting into it makes us to merge it that the fasting in the month of Ramadan. Now, how does this fasting help the spirituality of Muslims?
Yes, the fasting is prescribed not only to the Muslims.
Okay.
The Mosaic law is there. God prescribed the fasting for them. And in that verse of the Holy Quran, that is the portion where we were being ordained to fast in the Quran, and God says that, yes, as it was prescribed to those before you. So it simply means that God wants us to have that fasting as a way of assessing ourselves. Self-purification, self-assessment, self-reflection. So for all that you have been doing for the whole year, you have to have a month that you will now sit down, eat less, drink less, sleep less, to make sure that, yes, you get it right for the other 11 months that's coming.
What are the benefits?
The benefits,
fasting?
The benefits of fastings are numerous. One of it is social benefit.
Okay.
At this moment, you discover that some women don't normally sit at home to cook for their family. They moved around in the name of searching for economic prosperity. And but this month, you see that every family is together at home. The father who normally goes out early and come back later, sit at home like a gentleman. So the fasting will make you gentle. When you fast, you want to stay somewhere to read your Quran, to listen to lecture, and to do other things that you consider to be a responsible act. So then we have health benefit. When you fast, you allow your digestive system to have a rest for that period. You eat less, so you don't stress that system. So your health system become more distant when you finish the fasting. So what we are saying is that during the month of Ramadan, you consume what you see as very nutritious. So unlike
you're
before,
very conscious of your
you are
diet.
conscious of your diet. When you want to break the fast, you break the fast with dates. It has a very health, significance in you. You don't take too cold tea. You don't take this. You don't take that. Unlike when there's no Ramadan. So those who are with diabetic with some certain conditions, they get better during the month of Ramadan. So that's the health benefit. So when it comes to economic benefit, look, you see, like I said, we are all shouting, oh, yes, this, the economic downturn, this and that.
Inflation is everywhere.
It's because we waste a lot. So the children that you're supposed to cook, everybody take their food flask from home. We give them money, we share money to go and buy food outside. And we don't know how these cook are cooked.
Yeah.
But during the time of Ramadan, everybody cook they eat together. So you reduce the cost of living during the month of Ramadan. So there are a lot of benefits that are attached to the month of Ramadan, and more so the spiritual benefit. At this moment, you see a lot of people who flex around, like the music we had by the time we are coming in, during the intro. They flex around. They know that during the month of Ramadan, you have to purify yourself. They come to reduce all these diseases. It reduces it. So there are samples that they have been taken that, yes, during the month of Ramadan, the environment becomes so calm and cool during the month of Ramadan. Everybody behaves. So because you don't want your fasting to just be reduced to mere abstinence from food and drink alone. You want to get the reward from God Almighty. So you do what exactly you believe it is right during the month of Ramadan.
Now, you have stated different benefits, both economically, spiritually, and also in health-wisely. Now, coming to this issue of fasting, are there hindrances and challenges that tends to oppose to people who get to fast, or is it something that just goes easy like that? Are there hindrances that could affect during the period of fasting?
You know, anything that we consider to be beneficial is not that easy, because we are talking of the thing that will elevate you spiritually. You know, we are all physical beings as well as spiritual beings. Everybody, that's why you see a lot of people go to church, go to mosque, to go and pray, do this and that. So it's not that easy, but it's something you prepare for. That's why before the Ramadan, you know, in Islam, we have other fastings, series of fastings. Not
aside
only Ramadan.
The normal Ramadan fast.
Please enlighten us.
We call it tatawa.
Okay.
That one you don't know. During my tatawa, you won't know that I'm fasting.
It's just a voluntary thing.
It's voluntary fasting.
At any time.
It's at any time. No, we have some days. In the month, there are 3 days. The middle days in the lunar month. So 14, 15, 16. There are some certain people that for the past 40 years, they don't miss it. There are some certain people that every Monday and Thursday, they don't eat. For the past 20, 30 years.
That is their routine.
It's
like a tradition to them.
It's what we call sunnah. That is the tradition of prophet. That's what the prophet used to do when he was alive.
Okay.
So every Monday and Thursday, he do fast. So then aside that, we have other fasting. Like those who go to Mecca, they have the fast prescribed.
Okay.
So we have other fasting. In fact, there are some certain times that when God did something to you, you can do fasting in giving thanks back to him. So that is
a sign of appreciation.
So all those fasting, you don't need to publicize it. But this one, God himself is the one who publicizes. That's why it becomes
known thing to
everyone.
Okay, so our viewers watching us right now, in case you want to call in on the studio and you have questions to ask our Sheikh, do well to call on the phone lines. It's boldly written on our TV screens. It is 0913-259-9000, 0913-259-9000. It is boldly written there. In case you have some questions to ask our Sheikh that is seated right beside us. Sheikh, I'm going to ask you this. You know, a lot of people just fast because, yes, it is the month of Ramadan, and I'm a Muslim. It is normal for me to fast. How do you know, as a Muslim person, that my fasting is actually like acceptable before the Almighty Allah? Because some people just do it for the fun of it. I really want to know this.
Thank you very much. Yes, there are a lot of people who will pass through the fasting, but unfortunately, the fasting will not pass through them.
Can you elaborate on that?
Okay. Yes. For example, there are some certain regulations that when you are fasting, you should be cautious of some certain things.
Okay.
For example, you should and not only being abstinent from the food and drinking, but your attitude to others. You should be there for others.
Okay.
That makes your fasting become more potent. Again, you should run away from the vices, social vices. So during the month of Ramadan, because you are going through reformation every year, it's just like dialysis. You don't put urine in the blood that is going back to somebody after it has been purified with the machine. So we have to purify ourselves from all those. So for you to know that your fasting has accepted, it is after the Ramadan.
Yeah.
And you now see that, yes, I'm now a born again person. So it's a rebirth exercise.
Okay.
So what you normally do before, maybe you used to curse people unknowingly. You know, we have some people that they are pathological causes or pathological liars. They lies a lot. But after the Ramadan, you discover that no, you are not that person again. Anymore.
Okay.
You know that Ramadan has reformed you.
Okay.
So that's part of the.
But what happened in the cases of, I mean, when they, what did they do after the Ramadan? Is it the Eid
al-Fitr?
Eid al-Fitr. Okay. It has been seen and said that most of the time when it is the time for this celebration, people are out there in the pub, the streets are filled up. People are going back. These people who just rounded up this fasting, they are back to their normal, their old way of life. What do we have to say about this?
Yes, what Ramadan is meant to do is to take that odd way from you and give you the new ways.
Okay.
Everyone considered to be imperfect. But for you to move away from that imperfection to another level is what Islam is talking about. In fact, the non-Muslim will know that those who are doing that, they are not true Muslim. You know, many a times when you meet someone and they say, my name is so, so you say, oh, so you are a Muslim. Because everyone knows the way of Islam. So for you to now say that you want to choose the way of Shaitan after you are fasting means that you go through the fasting, because that's the word of the Prophet. He says that many people will fast, but what they will gain from the fasting is nothing but anger and tasting.
All right. Because of our time, we need to wrap up with this. But I have this question. Now, this fasting in the month of Ramadan, how does it foster unity? And how is it being promoted?
Yes, alhamdulillah, thank you for that question. It is part of the social benefit of Ramadan. During the Ramadan, we come together during Taraweeh. Taraweeh is not an obligatory prayer. We call it Asamu.
Okay.
So in the night, you see everybody trooping to the mosque. In fact, we will have more people in Asamu than even in Juma sometimes, more especially at the early stage. So what that means is that people come together. They see themselves as the same thing during the month of Ramadan. And again, you know that what I'm going through is what you are going through. I'm not eating, you are not eating. I'm not drinking, you are not drinking. So the situation is unanimous. So again, in the time of iftar, you see different families inviting themselves. Please come and have iftar in my house.
Yeah.
Come and have iftar in my house.
Yes, right.
The different family organize iftar, like we are having a break tea and all that.
Yes.
So then during the Eid al-Fitr, we're expecting to be at the outskirts of the community, gathered together. After that Nawafil, we have Nawafil days. That's 2 Nawafil. The Nawafil means obligatory prayer, not obligatory prayer, or supererogatory. So when we have that Nawafil, after that, we go back home and we start rejoicing. But you don't rejoice with something unlawful. You rejoice with something that is lawful. So because there are something unlawful in Islam, in drinking and eating. Don't go there, because, like for example, intoxicants, you don't go there, because God did not want to lose your consciousness. He wants you to be conscious and self-conscious in Him. That is the teaching of Ramadan.
Well, this is really a lot. We would love to actually ask more questions for explicit understanding, but because of our time, this is where we're drawing it up on this segment, actually. Ajibike.
Yeah, but before we go, what do you have to say to our Muslim brothers and sisters? I mean, the fast is running to an end right now. You know, it is like a countdown to the end of Ramadan. So what do you have to say to them in this whole
Thank you very much. In fact, before, I mean, like that question is very, very important.
Yes, please.
We are now in the last 10 days.
Yes.
And the last 10 days is one of the reasons why Ramadan is being established. And within that last 10 days, there's one particular day that God says that is more beneficial than the service or the devotion of 1,000 months.
Okay. Wow.
That night is called Laylatul Qadr. So, and every Muslim should search for that Laylatul Qadr. That Laylatul Qadr, if you meet it, you have a very great reward.
Wow.
So, while you're at home, make sure you wake up in the night and do all this necessary as ibadah. So as a Muslim, make sure you do what is right during this month, because whatever you do, you have thousands and multiple reward during this last 10 days, the days of Ramadan.
Please, you said something before you go.
Okay.
You said they should observe a particular day now.
Okay.
You just made mention. Okay. How do they know? How do, as a Muslim, know, like, okay, this is that most important, day where I'm supposed to keep most holy or something?
Yes, there's a tradition of prophets that says that odd numbers, like for example, that very particular 10 days, you keep to the odd numbers. The 21 of Ramadan, the 23 of Ramadan, the 25 of Ramadan, the 27 of Ramadan, and the 29th of Ramadan.
Okay.
Make sure that you put a lot of effort
into those odd days.
Into these odd days, and ask Allah what you want and what you intend for other people.
Let me ask you a last question before you go. Is it possible for a Christian, for example, to be a part of the Ramadan fast?
Oh, that's a very wonderful question. I think it could take a lot of time, but let me just summarize it.
Okay.
We have a lot of Muslim clerics who are saying that, oh, Christians are exempted. No, nobody is exempted from Ramadan. It's a fasting. As God has said that, I've prescribed it to those before you. If you believe in the Bible, you are into it. We have a lot of Christians that are fasting. And God says that the reward is not for anyone to apportion it. Like in Salat, there's some certain reward for some certain action. But in Ramadan, in fasting, God says, As-sawmuli wa nasibi. The Ramadan is for me. I'm the one to pay back whoever did it very well. So everybody is in when it comes to fasting. So you are doing it because you believe in God, who prescribe, who give that order, and you are doing it because of that. And there's a particular man during the time of prophet that is not a Muslim, but he cautioned his child in the market. Oh, why are you eating the day of the fasting? The Muslims are fasting. And the prophet heard it, and the prophet blessed him. That for you to see that this is the commandment of God, and you respect it, and you caution your child based on that, no, you are a blessed person. So for this Ramadan, everybody can engage in it, and it will be rewarded accordingly.
Everybody can be a part of it and be rewarded. We've been sitting and we've been speaking to Sheikh Dr. Ibiemi Asanusi. He has been speaking to us about the significance of the holy month of Ramadan. Me as a Christian right now, I'm really looking forward to the odd days. You know, I don't want my blessing to pass me by, and I think yours shouldn't too.
Definitely shouldn't.
Okay, that is it about that with our Sheikh. It has been a good time speaking to him. Please, it is still in the month of Ramadan. Do well to keep it holy. We're going to go on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have our second guest well seated. Thank you very much, Dr. Sheikh Ibiemi Asanusi. I pray to God we'll witness this next year.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you.
Don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back.
Their bones were infected by an all too familiar bacterium. The ancient Greeks knew its consumptive effects as phthisis. The Incans called it chaki-onke, and the English called it tuberculosis. Today, tuberculosis, or TB, is still one of the world's biggest infectious killers, causing more deaths than malaria or even HIV and AIDS. But what exactly is this disease, and how has this pathogen persisted for so long? Typically, TB bacteria, called Mycobacterium tuberculosis, are airborne. They travel into our airways and infect our lungs. Here, immune cells called macrophages rush to the infection site, attempting to absorb and break down the bacterial invaders. In many cases, this response is enough to remove the bacteria, but in individuals with other medical conditions, ranging from malnutrition and HIV to diabetes and pregnancy, the immune response may not be strong enough to destroy the intruder. If so, Mycobacterium tuberculosis will reproduce inside those macrophages and form colonies in the surrounding lung tissue. As they infect more cells, the bacteria employs cell-degrading enzymes that destroy the infected tissue, triggering chest pain and causing patients to cough up blood. The damage to the lungs leads to oxygen deprivation. This begins a flood of hormonal changes, including a decrease in appetite and iron production. From here, microbes can spread to the skeletal system, causing back pain and difficulty moving, to the kidneys and intestines causing abdominal pain, and to the brain, causing headaches and even impaired consciousness. These symptoms produce the classic image of TB: weight loss, a hacking bloody cough, and ashen skin. This ghostly appearance earned TB the title of the White Plague in Victorian-era England. During this period, tuberculosis was considered a romantic disease because it tended to affect poverty-stricken artists and poets, those with weaker immune systems. TB's outward symptoms even helped fuel the popular myth of vampirism. In spite of, or perhaps because of, these less than scientific concerns, this period also marked the first strides toward curing TB. In 1882, the German physician Robert Koch identified the disease's bacterial origins. 13 years later, physicist Wilhelm Röntgen discovered the X-ray, enabling physicians to diagnose and track its progression through the body. These techniques allowed researchers to develop reliable and effective vaccines, first for smallpox and again in 1921, when scientists developed the BCG vaccine to battle TB. These developments laid the groundwork for the modern field of antibiotics, currently home to our most effective TB treatments. But antibiotics fail to address a major diagnostic complication. About 90% of people infected with TB don't show any symptoms. In these latent infections, the TB bacterium may be dormant, only activating when someone's immune system is too weak to mount a defense. This makes TB much harder to diagnose, and even when properly identified, traditional treatments can take up to 9 months, requiring multiple drugs and a high potential for side effects. This discourages people from finishing the full course, and partial treatment enables bacteria to develop resistance to these drugs. Today, the disease is still prevalent in 30 countries, most of which face other health crises that exacerbate TB and trigger latent cases. Worse still, accessing treatment can be difficult in many of these countries, and the stigma towards TB can discourage people from getting the help they need. Health experts agree we need to develop better diagnostics, faster-acting antibiotics, and more effective vaccines.
Alright, you're welcome back, and it's to Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. Just as GBK earlier said, we have our second guest right here on seat, and as you've seen in the introduction, we are going to be talking and discussing about tuberculosis. And it's World Tuberculosis this coming Monday. That's that's which date is that?
That's on a Monday.
That's
24th of
March 2025. That's for this year, and we are set to discourse on tuberculosis. We're going to understand the essence of the awareness, the significance, and other things that has to do with tuberculosis. And we have our guest right here in the studio. Before we introduce our guest, let me quickly give us a little citation about our guest, Professor Abdul Wasiu Oladele Hassan, Professor of Medical Microbiology, Deputy Director of Medical Laboratory Services, Department of Medical Microbiology and Parasitology, Osun Teaching Hospital, Osogbo. Professor is a Supervisor Tuberculosis and Leprosy Control Laboratory, Osun Teaching Hospital, Osogbo. Prof, you're very much welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Good to have you.
Nice meeting you.
So we're going to be talking about tuberculosis, the World Tuberculosis Day, which is celebrated 24th of March every year. Since when did the celebration or this day, since when has it come into existence that it started, like we're celebrating or we are marking World Tuberculosis Day?
Thank you very much for that question.
Thank you, sir.
To go straight to the question, in 1882,
okay,
Robert Koch discovered the bacillus that causes tuberculosis, known as Mycobacterium tuberculosis in his laboratory on 24th March 1882.
Okay.
And since that time, the day is being marked to set awareness.
And awareness.
Then the theme for this year is, yes, we can stop TB. Commit, invest, and deliver. In commitment to TB, investment, and delivering intervention to lead to elimination of
tuberculosis. And he was speaking to us about this year's theme. Mind you, it has been marked 24th of March every year, and this has been in existence since 1982.
Since 1882.
1882. In the 18s, not 19s.
No, 19.
Wow. And this year's theme, you said it is?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
we can stop tuberculosis. Okay, I don't want to cut you short. Please fire down, sir.
Okay. As I said, the theme for this year is, yes, we can stop.
Yes, we can.
Stop TB. Commit, invest, and deliver. This is to raise global awareness about commitment, investments, and delivering the necessary intervention to stop TB in our community. And the National Tuberculosis and Leprosy Control Program, as well as Osun State, we are into the program altogether. In fact, the centers are giving awareness, like Union Osun Teaching Hospital. We have our DOT center where people get treatments and they are diagnosed free of charge. And one of the important things that we want to emphasize that we are trying to create as many centers as possible to reduce, to get closer to people, to the extent that it will be a trekking distance in any local governments of the country.
That can be easy for citizens to access.
To access care free of charge. Then in other local governments, we have not less than 4 centers. We have one at Union Osun Teaching Hospital. There's one in Sabo and some other 2 places. So also in Osogbo local government, we have one in Atuke Bale, Esali Agbara, and some other Ashubiaro. So in those places, we can access both diagnosis free of charge as well as treatment. So Union Osun Teaching Hospital is playing a very important role in TB diagnosis since 2006. And in fact, statistics shows that we diagnose about 1,000 individuals every month.
Wow. Oh, okay, before we go into the diagnosis, to a layman who is watching right now, what are those signs when we talk about tuberculosis? A lot of people just have an idea, it's tuberculosis, you know. First of all, to a layman, what are those signs? What are those symptoms that as an individual you get to see that makes you feel, oh, okay, you need to go to the hospital? This could be symptoms of tuberculosis.
The most important symptom is coughing for more than 2 weeks, especially when it's now bringing out blood. So it's very, very important. We can have weight loss.
Okay.
Also, unexplainable weight loss is is a significant symptom. Another symptom, night sweating, excessive sweating at night, as well as the inability to resolve that night sweating. So those are the classical signs
of tuberculosis.
Now looking at this signs you've mentioned, is tuberculosis transmittable?
Is highly transmissible through hair. Is airborne disease.
Wow. By
inhalation of the droplets from infected person. To be precise, one active infected person can infect 10 to 15 people in a year if not treated. However, antibiotics are available for treatment of tuberculosis.
Now, we're seeing this rate of transmittableness of this tuberculosis. What can you say about the stigmatization of those who actually having tuberculosis?
Actually, stigmatization is a very big challenge. In fact, if the accreditors, if they come to our center to come and accredit one program on the other, and we tell them that we have a TB center there, they say, don't worry about TB. They will not bother going there because of stigmatization.
Wow.
It's not a death sentence. You can't have TB by shaking somebody that has TB or hugging the fellow, even sharing drinks. So you can't have TB. But if somebody is sneezing and does not cover
his or her
mouth properly, you can sneeze into the
your armpit, elbow, yeah.
Or you use a very good handkerchief, just like the one I have here. So when somebody wants to sneeze, you sneeze into that. Then those people that are infected, it's essential for them to be using nose mask so that they will not be transmitting the bacteria to other individuals. So then stigmatization is a thing that we are trying to combat headlong through education. That is not a death sentence. There is cure. And in fact, if somebody take the first dose, the fellow will not be able to transmit the disease into his household again. So those are the things we need to know about tuberculosis in relation to stigmatization.
Are there policies that have been set in place to eliminate tuberculosis?
I take the question again.
Are there policies that have been set and put in place to eliminate tuberculosis?
Yes. As I said earlier, $22 billion are set aside globally to prevent, diagnose, and control tuberculosis.
Okay.
And there was a meeting in 2024 that we want to eradicate TB by 2030. So all these efforts are being put together, and that's what's informed this year's theme. Globally, WHO is highly working on every country to make sure that the disease is put under control and possibly eliminate that. So the policies include, every country has to set up national tuberculosis and leprosy control program, and they will step it down to the states, then to the local government. So we have TB state control person.
Okay.
Then we have national control person, and the NCDC too is collaborating with other international partners, KNZV, IHVN. Those are the other international partners that put policies in place, and we are following that. One of the policies is the DOTS, Directly Observed Treatment Short Course, that we make sure that individual diagnosed, we give them drug and we ensure that they use it in our presence at our center.
Okay.
So that's one of the important policies, so that within 6 months of using the drug, the patients will be okay and will be restored back to normal life.
Now, talking about this drug usage, it's a culture. Let me use it that way in Africa. Let me use Nigeria, for example, whereby when we get to use drugs and it comes to the fact that we discover that the essence of our drug usage, we discover that we are okay, we are fine, we stop using our dosage. What's the significance or the effect of using a complete dosage when treating tuberculosis? And what could be the negative effect if you stop at a point when you feel that you're okay, I don't need to finish my dosage?
One of the important policies is that immediately you start using tuberculosis drug, you must finish. Okay. You must end it and complete the dose. Otherwise, it will lead to resistance. Then I made mention of DOTS, Directly Observed Treatment Short Course, that we directly observe individuals taking TB drug. That's one of the ways to make sure that they complete the dose. So it's very dangerous to
stop halfway.
It will lead to what we call drug resistance.
Okay, because
whereby when you are using the drug we are using will not work for the agent, for the disease again. So there's a very serious issue on its own.
Because of the warmth of our time, you said over 1,000 people are being diagnosed of tuberculosis in a month. Now, how do we even curb it in the first place?
Prevention is better than cure.
Definitely.
So one of the ways is to make sure that somebody at family level, you take in good diets. Ventilation of your house is very, very important, and avoid crowded places.
Okay.
So also the awareness like this is very, very important, so that if somebody is having cough for more than 2 weeks, the best thing is to get tested. And if the fellow is negative, fine. If it is positive, the treatment is equally free. So those are the steps we can take to make sure that the disease is put under control. Okay,
because of the warmth of our time, Professor, so everybody that is watching us out there who has symptoms or that is scared one way or the other of stigmatization and the likes of it, what do you have to say to this set of persons before we go?
As I said, it's not a death sentence. We have cure, and people cannot transmit the infection immediately they start treatment. So that's very, very, very important. So stigmatization should be reduced. I'm advising generally, handshake, hugging somebody will not transmit TB.
Okay.
The only thing we have to avoid is sneezing into the opening, and we make sure that we cover our mouths when we are, when we are coughing or sneezing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Abdulwasiu Oladele Hassan, who has been speaking to us about the commemoration of the World Tuberculosis Day, yes, which is marked every March 21st since 1882. Okay, this is about time when you get to speak out, and it has been a beautiful time talking to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's
a pleasure getting to have you as well. And this is where we'll be cutting it to wrap. Just as Prophet said, prevention is better
than cure.
And this is where we'll be drawing it a curtain as we go on this short break to bring you My Work, My Pride. Don't go away. It's still Spring Delight on Western Spring Television.
Lọ́jọ́ ayé wa àlá ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Àlọ́jọ́ ayé wa òdòdó ní wá o, ẹbòmírin wá o, òdòdó ní wá o, ẹbòmírin wá, a ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Àlọ́jọ́ ayé wa àlá ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Lọ́jọ́ ayé wa ẹ má fẹ́ tọ́dún mọ́. Ẹ má fẹ́ tọ́dún mọ́ o, bá ń bá wọn wí o, ká fìfẹ́ bá wọn lòye. Ẹ má fẹ́ tọ́dún mọ́ o, ẹ má fẹ́ tọ́dún mọ́ o, torí wọn ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Àlọ́jọ́ ayé wa àní wọn ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Lọ́jọ́ ayé wa torí òdòdó ní wá o, ẹbòmírin wá o, òdòdó ní wá o, ẹbòmírin wá, a ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Àlọ́jọ́ ayé wa àlá ó ṣe ń tójú bẹ́ẹ̀. Lọ́jọ́ ayé wa. Hi, my name is Bayo Adeyo. I'm popularly known as Bayo Ododo. I'm a young Nigerian contemporary folklore musician. I've been released a lot of songs and two albums. Let me say we are living Western life, and I love something different, and I want to do something different, and I want to use this kind of music and playing to preserve the Yoruba cultural heritage. To the glory of Eledumare, people have been accepting this kind of music, especially this breakthrough song called Ododo Niwa. We have been touring a lot of schools in Lagos, Ibadan, Ogbomoso, and we are here today for a school, for Ododo Challenge School Tour in Osogbo, and I'm really happy. This kind of music is our roots. It's our first roots. Gbogbo orin àlọ́, gbogbo orin àwọn ayé àtijọ́ yẹn, orin ìpìlẹ̀ wa ni. Please don't let us take it away. Let's bring it back to the community. Let's bring it back to the society. Let's preserve it for the future. And our children is our future.
mo rí kẹ̀kẹ́ kan ò gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Mo rí kẹ̀kẹ́ kan ò gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Àwa mẹ́ta là ń lọ gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Ọba ló rán wa ńṣẹ́ o gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Iṣẹ́ ọba gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Àìgbọ́dọ̀ máa jẹ́ ni gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Lílọ ta mi ń lọ gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Òpó bí o gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Orí pòlò bí gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Òpó bí o gbìnrín àjàlúbalẹ̀ gbìnrín. Ẹ má rò wá pin, ẹ má rò wá pin, ẹni tí ó pàgọ́ ń bọ̀ wá kọ́lé alárù. Ẹ má rò wá pin, ẹ má rò wá pin, ẹni tí ó pàgọ́ ń bọ̀ wá kọ́lé alárùrù. Ó di rere o, rere ọmọ Olúwo àgbáyùn rere, rere o, rere ọmọ Olúwo àgbáyùn rere. Bàbá fẹ́ràn sílẹ̀ ó ní ń kọ́ dẹ̀ṣe o. Ìyá fẹ́ràn sílẹ̀ ó ní ń kọ́ dẹ̀ṣe àgbáyùn rere. Mo lódìgbò ẹ̀fọ̀n òdìgbò erin àgbáyùn rere. Mo lódìgbò ẹ̀fọ̀n òdìgbò erin àgbáyùn rere. Àgbàrá òjò ló gbé mi dọ̀fin àgbáyùn rere. Ìyẹn mo bá dẹrú ahun àgbáyùn rere. Kìrìjì kìrìjì jìjì kìrìjì àgbáyùn rere. Kìrìjì kìrìjì jìjì. Hi everyone, my name is Bayo Adeyo. I'm popularly known as Bayo Ododo. This is my work and my work is my pride.
That's the finish. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Weekend. Come on.
I'm a piano that carry me, they go. I'm a piano that they carry me, they go. I'm a piano that they carry me, they go. I'm a piano that they carry me, they go.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right.
Buy perfume. Smell nice. Here we go. Say what? Say.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know they carry me, go ahead.
You know they carry me go me, I don't know. You know they carry me. You know they carry me. You know they carry me go me. Here we go. 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 If you know be West Town, we'll be Spring. If you know be Rive, we'll be FM. Oh yeah, skibo Osheba this. Here we go. Here we go. You know, here we go. That can be said.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Everybody now.
If you know this really right, so you want to go. It's pretty Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful.
You was saying something, you know they carry you where you don't know. But in this era, you better know where they go.
No, if it is I don't know where they go, man, know where they go.
Okay, you thank God say I didn't get name. So when you carry you go like this, I go just say
how are you doing, our viewers out there? Of course, it is still Spring Delight, and it is just being delightful right here in the studios. It has been a delightful morning. We've had we had the Sheikh come speak to us. We had Professor speak about tuberculosis, and we decided to spice up your weekend by bringing you Fatty Joe. You see, you're an hype man.
Yes.
You don't even know, Ajibike, you don't need to ask again. It's glaring.
No, I need him to read.
No, is that a question actually?
No, it's like a statement of fact in a question.
Okay, you statement factored it to question it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Fatty Joe, what's your original name?
All right, my name is Fatoki Joshua Yobami. So the name Fatty Joe was deducted from Fatoki Joshua. Fatty Joe.
Wow, it's not even because you are fat or anything.
Am I not fat?
You are not.
Oh.
You see fat.
Fatty Joe.
I like the sound of that.
He was fat.
I was once fat. Fatty Joe.
Fatty Joe. Fatty Joe, that was a very beautiful one. And that is just to show you like an hype man is the life of the party.
Definitely.
Because you came here right now and you pulled me on my tippy toes and I was vibing to I like that. Now tell me, how long have you been doing this?
All right, yeah. I started as an MC, and of course, a couple of years ago, before I later discovered I can hack. So, like you said, hype man is the life of the party, and of course, we spice up events and we make events more, elaborate, and of course, we give events ginger. You understand? When there is a DJ and there is no hype man, definitely there won't be, the ambience of that environment, ginger. So, hype man has been, something that people do. I don't know. They appreciate a lot, yeah. And of course, thank God, sure.
Once upon a time, when we go for our parties, we didn't need an hype man. We just have the DJ, we just have the MC doing his thing.
The DJ himself even tries to do the hyping. From just scratching stuffs and all.
Yeah, like the choco. So what happened? How did the inception, the hype man, how did that come into being? Is there like a mystery to that?
Yeah. Recently, they don't appreciate hype man before.
Okay.
Unlike an MC now, MC is just there for you to coordinate events, carry your audience along, and then make them happy, and then you crack jokes and a lot of that. But an hype man is the life of the party. So of recent now, they do appreciate hype man, and then, of course, when a DJ is playing and then there is no hype man to give me the vibe, you understand? So definitely you won't enjoy yourself. So of recently, if you are employing or hiring an MC for an event, for maybe a wedding, and then you wanted to host an after party, definitely you must hire an hype man.
What makes a good hype man? Because you said you were an MC.
Yeah.
And you said you discovered, right? Mm-hmm. You said you discovered that you can hype. How did you come into the discovery that I can hype? Then what makes someone a hype person?
Okay, well, I was an event today, and then, as an MC, they called me as an MC, and eventually that day, they invited an hype man, and, the hype man disappointed. So I just went online. This thing is something I can do. So eventually, I started watching YouTube, and from there, I just started doing all this little stuff. And before you know, in fact, people know me of more as an hype man now than an MC.
Now, coming to the aspect of you saying this little things, the connection of the lines, it's more like a rhythmic thing. You have to flow with the beats and everything. How does this line come to you? Is it something you pre-do, or is it just inspirational on the spot?
Well, yes. At times it's inspirational, and of course, it's something I do. I might be in the bathroom at times. I will just be bathing. Here we go.
But
I'm already doing the rehearsal.
Sometimes except you have a pre-plan with the DJ of the event. Let's say, for example, now 3 of us happen to be invited to an event.
Okay.
GPK happens to be the MC.
Okay.
I happen to be the DJ.
Okay.
And you happen to be the hype man. You've not seen me.
Yeah.
No, this time around, let's leave the hype man to be the hype man. Yeah. Let the hype man handle the hyping. Now, I just got to the event and I decided to just give you a soundtrack. I'm just scratching. How do you come with your
Definitely,
lines?
there's what they call sequence and beats.
Yes.
Yes. So, and once as a DJ, you know what your hype man wants. Like now, when I came in,
okay,
they gave me a piano instrumental.
And I was your ginger.
So they gave me a piano instrumental, I vibe with it.
Yeah.
So as an hype man, you need to study your DJ very well and your audience.
Yes, I was the audience.
You understand? You need to study your beautiful. So you need to study your audience very well.
Okay.
And you know what they want. So immediately they give you an instrumental, you must be able to carry them along and give them what they want. So you must understand the lyrics of songs. You must listen to music. Yes.
So from there, you get to connect to your own lines and blend it alongside.
You understand? So listening to music is very, very important.
Okay.
And you must know lyrics.
Now, you said something also when we started, that you started as an MC.
Yeah.
Now that you are an hype man, can you do both together at an event?
Definitely.
So you can run both as an MC and as a hype man together.
Yeah.
So are you saying that with being a hype man now, the duty or the service of an MC can go into oblivion in the nearest future? So you're saying?
Okay. I don't understand the question.
Like if an hype man can also function as an MC.
Yes.
Is it possible that maybe in the nearest future, people hiring an MC alongside an hype man might stop, and all they'll just do is hire an hype man alone who will function as an MC and an hype man together?
Yeah. Of recent, I got booked for an event in, I think in Ife, and then they said they needed an hype man and an MC. So I said, it's something I can do together. Can you pay for my bill?
So you collect both together, the bill for MC and the bill for hype man.
I have to send my rate card. So, and during the line, they said, okay, what can you do? Okay, instead of them bringing another hype man, so I gave them discount. So after the whole lot of things, after the whole wedding reception and all of the things, we started the after party, and then the energy started.
You just switched from an MC to
an hype man. How do you get better at your job? Because I mean, when you bring in a photographer, you hear him say they go for courses to get better. When you reach out to a fashion designer, they say they go for courses to get better. How do you guys get better in your crafts?
Well, so far so good. Everything is course now. So
I don't understand. Do you guys have like a training that you guys go to as an hype man too?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But there is one thing, you need to step up your game.
Yes.
Unlike Alibaba now had a class recently about it's a master class. So you need to learn every day. Because as far as audience is concerned, there's what they call audience analysis. So you need to understand your audience. At times, you're going for an event and then you don't understand your audience. At times, you need to be bilingual. You understand? So where you are, you are just saying, okay, maybe you are saying maybe strictly Yoruba, and then your audience doesn't understand Yoruba. So at times, you need to go deep and then be bilingual at times. So in fact, of recent, I have been wanted to learn in French.
Oh yeah?
Oh, impressive.
That's gonna be so sweet.
Sorry.
Please don't hype. Don't do that.
No, I'm trying to
So
bring in the Lola part
to learn
of
French
and infuse that in your craft.
So,
that's part of the training, like personal development you add to make you unique in your craft.
Exactly.
Impressive.
So all these things are very, very important, because at times when you go for an event, people will be like,
He's not shannowing as he's supposed to shadow.
So now, Fatijo, you're going to do something now. Today is my birthday.
Wow.
Not like today, but imagine today is my birthday. Let's assume today is my birthday.
Okay.
They're going to play us that I'm a piano beat.
I'm a piano beat. So
he wants to buy you Logigi now, and you have to hype me. So you have Ajibike.
Ajibike.
The radio queen.
Oh, fuck.
So now, you don't use the F word.
Sorry.
Okay. So now you're going to now hype me, and let's see how much I can spray you as an hype man. You understand?
Okay.
Then the next one.
Remember, you said this guy's wedding. Spraying. Remember, Nigerian.
Don't worry now. This is what
just be dropping.
I'm dropping. Don't worry now.
I'll put the basket in front of me.
No, the basket is here already.
Okay.
So, can you please give us some music? You're going to hype the radio queen now.
Ajibike,
yes.
The radio queen.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So you're going to hype me, and let's see how it goes. Okay. All right. Are we ready? Are you ready?
All right, let's do this. Actually, it's your birthday. I'm the audience.
But you're my partner now.
Okay.
You understand? Assistant birthday boy.
Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go.
The birthday girl.
Show me that girl. Show me the weight. Show me what you get. 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 Ajibike. 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 The radio queen. The radio queen. The radio queen. Move it again. Move it again.
I need to blow you
that girl. Say, white material. You fine. You die. You fine. You fine. See fine girl. See sweet girl. See fine girl. See fine girl. See fine girl. Ajibike. 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 Oh yeah, no. Show fine girl.
Fine girl.
Show fine girl.
More fine girl.
Show fine girl.
More fine girl.
Oh, there we go.
I don't understand.
There we go. Catch the vibe. Catch the feeling. Catch the vibe. Catch the feeling. Catch the vibe. Catch the feeling.
Okay.
There we go.
Now let's assume this guy is getting wedded.
Okay. Okay.
And my bride is by my side.
Which is me, of course.
So that means you are the radio king.
Yeah, of course. You grab it. Let me cross my legs. You know, at first I'm just arriving. I just landed at the reception.
His name is Femi. Femi Alagbe.
Femi Alagbe. Okay. Femi.
The groom.
Femi. The groomsman. Okay. Femi.
All right.
Femi. That guy with the top Kenya. That guy with the top Kenya. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. A B C D E F G.
Okay.
That's mine. That's mine. A B C D E F G. That's mine. That's mine.
Femi, show my Femi. Femi.
Who is even the hyping? That you or me? All right.
That's not my baby.
I point Ajibike.
Hello, sir. Come on, dance with me, a birthday boy.
Oh yeah, dance now. Oh yeah, let's dance now.
Now you they do birthday now.
Here we go. Here we go.
Please hype me. Let's go.
Here we go.
Here
we go. Here we go.
You know what?
Move your, move your body, shake your body, move your body, shake your body, move your body, shake your body. Say, Ajibike, 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 Ajibike. Who be that girl? Who be that girl? See fine girl, see sweet girl, see fine girl, see sweet girl. Here we go. Here we go.
Patijo, bring the light. Patijo, Western Spring.
There's something.
No, don't worry. Let me.
When did you become an hype woman?
Let me hype. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Lori Western Spring, Lolawa.
Lori Western Spring, Lolawa.
Lori Spring, la Jokosi. Lori Spring, la Jokosi.
Now standing, they stand.
Patijo, Radio King, Femi Alagbe. Patijo, Radio King, Femi Alagbe. Come on,
Nice one.
You know what? You have an innate ability of hyping.
I'm the queen of cruise and Totori for a reason. Should in case you don't know, you can always tune into Rave 91.7 FM, the radio queen of cruise and Totori. He's always present. Okay, it has been a beautiful time, Fatty Joe. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate you, and we enjoyed every bit of it.
No. I was vibing, and I could see that the thing just rubbed off on you straight up. You turned away from being I'm the co-host, and my name is Ajibike and Jerry. You just turned to a hype woman straight up.
Daddy, yeah, this guy does not know me.
So from Radio Queen now, she's now Hype Queen.
Hype Queen! Choppy!
Ajibike.
Okay, that is it about that on Spring Delight for today. We had a very good time. We had Fatty Joe, the
and I believe our viewers at home definitely must have enjoyed the flow. I mean, the vibing was, let me just say, what's vibing? Nothing more.
Honestly, for me, I think you're just getting to know me.
Oh, I'm getting to know you.
You have never seen a tiny bit of me. It's going to be a wrap on Spring Delight for today. And I pray to God to spare us. Same time next week, we're going to be here in your faces again. Hey, it is still the holy month of Ramadan. It is still the Lenten season. Whatever it is that you do, please do well to keep it holy. And, we're going to call it a wrap. I'm going to see you same time next week. My name is Ajibike. And Jeremy Ojo.
And while you continue in the spirit of the vibing, don't forget, just as the prof said, prevention is better than cure. It's weekend. Make sure you vibe, enjoy it with family, and have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Bye for now. My name is Olufemi Alagbe. We're saying bye-bye.